Wednesday night, Old Trafford, 7:30. Manchester United take on Nottingham Forest in the FA Youth Cup final. Here's 5 reasons you need to be watching. In number 1, talent. United have historically always had a vast array of talent coming through the academy. It is the most successful academy historically and even currently, really, in terms of numbers of players playing in the Premier League and also people that have gone on to become internationals, not just at England, but across Europe, and actually we're starting to get some South American talent in the mix as well. The FA Youth Cup represents a real good chance for young players to show their quality, and for those who don't usually watch them. Latterly, the Youth Cup has been massively dominated by Manchester City and Chelsea. City have got a huge recruitment thing going on, and there's pretty much no footballer under 16 in the Greater Manchester area that hasn't been through City's academy for testing and evaluation. United is a little bit more targeted. City are very much trying to bring through teams, and it hasn't really paid off for them. They're bringing through a handful of pretty good players at the moment, but the $500 million that they've spent on their academy, you would expect some sort of return on it. Chelsea's very different. Chelsea literally just pay the best wages to young players, and they've just built great sides because of that. Because they're building great sides, those two have both been very difficult to beat as FA Youth Cup opposition. United do it a little bit differently. United generally try and focus on 1 or 2 of those academy players coming through, which is, even though it's still unprecedented to get 1 a year coming through, it is a little bit more realistic to try and get 1 good player prepared. And United will tank an entire youth team for that 1 player to come through. Now, there's some sensational players coming through, and you don't actually always know which one it is that will be coming and making it. And to have more than one that goes and makes it is sensational. At the moment in the team, you've got lads with potential. I'm not putting my hat on any of these to go on and play 250 games or more for the club, but there's some potential here, and sometimes that potential is realised, and sometimes it isn't. If you'd have said Axel Tuanzebe wasn't going to make it at United, I'd have thought you were mental. But you don't know what injuries players are going to sustain. As it stands, then you've got McNeil, Garnacho, Hugo, Gore. These are Menu. These are players that you would think are likely to be the ones that could go on and make something happen in the game. Garnacho, obviously a quick winger that's already had a first team call up for the Argentinian national team, which is sensational. You've got McNeil, who's a ruthless goal scorer, famously scored over 600 goals at youth level and hasn't slowed down at all since getting into the under 18s. You've got Menu, who is strong, he's technical, he's got fantastic range of passing. And it'd be interesting to see which of those goes on and makes a career for themselves, especially if it's at Manchester United. But it's also going to be interesting to see how this team goes on and performs in front of this enormous crowd that's going to be at Old Trafford on Wednesday. Number 2. Perhaps most importantly for a lot of United fans, it is a distraction. In terms of the first team, this season has been nothing short of an absolute disaster. We spent all season being down about how bad it's been, where it's going wrong, who's letting us down, which players need to get sold, how Ten Hag's going to have to come in and fix this, that, and the other. And there's another video coming out later today coming about that exactly. But we have got a fantastic opportunity here now to switch off from the circus of the Manchester United first team and just enjoy something pure, enjoy something for the sake of it. A likeable, talented Manchester United side that has got the potential to be lifting a trophy this week. Number 3, history. As I said, historically, the FA Youth Cup is a huge competition, especially for Manchester United being one of the most successful teams in the competition with 10 wins. You've got the likes of Beckham, Butt, Giggs, Savage. You've got, these are winners, but you've got people that have played in it and played in finals. Jesse Lingard, Tom Heaton, Paul Pogba, Chris Eagles, Duncan Edwards, Bobby Charlton. Like, these are people that featured in, played in, won, and being successful in the Youth Cup, and not just at Manchester United, but the Youth Cup's yielded some sensational players down the line. Harry Maguire was actually playing against the likes of Jesse Lingard and Ravel Morrison in the last time Manchester United won the Cup in 2011. If these lads can go and be successful on Wednesday night, they will make it an 11th win for Manchester United, keeping us at the top of that particular table. And I, for one, think they will do that, and I can't wait for them to do that. Number 4, ideas for the first team. Linked to the previous point about it being a bit of a distraction from the circus of the first team, there's going to be some resolutions in the first team, especially if these are successful. The clamour for these guys to play in the first team, if they win on Wednesday, will be huge. And I think what a fantastic reward it would be. Hey, you win the Youth Cup, we're going to put some of you in the first team for that final game of the season. And I think actually Manchester United could do a lot worse than playing some of these lads in the first team as a reward. One, it shows that Manchester United values our academy. Two, it shows that you value success within the academy, which is never a bad thing. You want to always encourage success where you can. Three, it would actually probably mean that the reception that the fans get from the away fans in that last game at Crystal Palace is going to be positive. Because there's a very, very strong chance that the players are just abused as a final game of the season, particularly if we don't get a positive result. You could mitigate that by giving out a load of debuts and probably placating the crowd on that sense if we win this week. Players such as McNeil and Garnacho already having a massive clamour for them to be solutions to some of the issues that we've got in the first team. And although you don't want to just throw them in like you did with Alanga, if we identify that we need a striker, for example, someone like McNeil could be guided into the first team and see what he is all about. Very rare is it for youth players to just be gifted the opportunity or worked into the first team. The way these things come about, something's gone wrong in the first team. Someone's got injured. Someone's out of form. Something negative has happened and a youth player has been forced into the limelight. It's on that person then whether they grab the opportunity with both hands. We've seen players do that and we've seen players fail to do that. But you can build a career of just being in the right place at the right time and being fit and available when someone in the first team went down. And finally, look, it's going to be a good night. Last time I saw, there was 3 blocks still for sale, which I think puts this at potentially 70,000 people going to be coming for the FA Youth Cup final. It's already broken the record for the most attended FA Youth Cup final. It will be the highest attended football match in England outside of a Manchester United home game and a game at Wembley. This is huge. This is monumental. It also means that as United fans, we've got the opportunity to see our team win some silverware in front of a packed house, and it will be a sensational atmosphere, especially if United get up and start actually enjoying it and playing some good football. Grab a couple of mates, get yourselves down there. Tickets are £1, and if you're not local, you can watch it on MUTV. I think the FA are putting it through the FA Player as well for 99p. I think it's going to be on Facebook. There's loads of ways to watch this, but if you can get yourself down there, it's £1. It'll be well worth your time, and you can watch a little bit of history as well and say, I was there when these lads went on and won that all-important trophy. We do very much have, potentially, a class of 22 on our hands. Let's see it start with a bang. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.